You're listening to Wisdom of the Ancients, where ancient wisdom is remembered.
Hello and welcome to Wisdom of the Ancients. I'm your host, Ian Shelley. Thank you so much for being here with us here in the collective energy of the group. I feel so amazing always whenever we reconnect. You know, we've had a weekend in between, and it's so good to be back. Really, really so good to be back. You know, we can just feel the amazing vibrations that are just being permeated and generated and radiated throughout this entire community. It's really great to be back with all of you. The Wisdom of the Ancients series is about ancient wisdom, about what was once known, but not only from ancient times and ancient knowledge and ancient wisdom, but also from this planet, but also from other realms. Also, wisdom that might be being disseminated to us from what we may know in the future. It's so exciting, these times that we live in and these multi-dimensions that we live in. So beautiful. Yeah, we've got a great show today. And the theme for this entire series is expressions of truth and expansion. So let's all be in the listening for the truth that is coming to us. Let's all be in the listening for that which can aid in our expansion. So may we all be open to receiving any messages that the divine, that the universe, that source has for us, so that we really become a true offering and really do our part to help raise the collective consciousness for all beings, ourselves and all beings. That's really why we're here. And so before we start, let's call in the ancient ones. Let's call in the beings of love, light, power, and service. Let's call in Divine Mother and Divine Father to really sit with us and be in this space and literally just embrace us and nurture us as we hear the words of Susann today. So let me introduce our next guest to you. So almost ready to hand Susann the mic. Susann Taylor SHIER is the founder of Soul Mastery and a highly established author, spiritual counselor, intuitive healer and medium. Using the Akashic records and her intuitive wisdom, Susann has helped tens of thousands of people for over 25 years. She has a rare gift of catalyzing the luminous bridge between your soul and your current reality to foster a life of joy in an easy, practical way. Sounds incredible. Susann has also provides an in-depth intuitive counseling for individuals, families, and children who want profound transformation. She teaches clients how to access the magnificence of their soul gifts, their strengths, and their purpose. So we're in absolute gratitude. Welcome, Susann. Thank you so much for being on Wisdom of the Ancients today.
Oh, my goodness gracious. It's so fun to be here. Thank you so much, Ian. And I loved all the feeling of the beingness that we brought in today, that you catalyzed for all of us to bring in that expanded field of beingness and our guidance collective that we're all a part of together. And I just love bringing them in because I can't imagine life without that dimension. So Thank you. And I was just between the time you and I were talking a moment ago and getting on the phone, I had this, welling up of appreciation for you, and I thought, Ian is such a great man. And then I went, he's a great man and he's a good man. And there's a difference, and it's even better to be a good man. Can you feel that? So thank you for that, and thank you for what that brings of a quality of trustworthiness. So I want everyone to feel that sense that you're in good hands, and obviously I wouldn't recognize that if I didn't have that sense of the value of trustworthiness. And so I want to help everyone today feel that they can trust their guidance, themselves, and the people around them, like Ian and myself, who are doing all we can to help you be the glorious soul that you are embodied. So it's so great to be with everybody today.
Oh, beautiful, and thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you. One day I'll tell my story about my spiritual name and how one of the great living masters who is still alive, who has embraced over 35 million people and given darshan, has given me a spiritual name. I won't tell the long story, but the English translation is noble one, noble man. So it's, I really resonate with what you're saying. So thank you, very, very kind of you. Yeah, beautiful. Well, we have a wonderful show. Everyone, today we're going to be talking about how to feel at home in your universal skin, master your life as an abundant soul. And something that we mentioned when we spoke about Susann right in the beginning was this luminous bridge. And then Susann's going to help us experience and really show us how to build a luminous bridge for heaven on earth, for an embodied experience. That sounds wonderful. And really also have Susann and her team, the Beloveds, which I'm going to be asking you about in a couple of minutes, Susann. We're going to experience some of that beautiful channeling. And also Susann's going to help show you how you can come out of isolation. So, if you're feeling that you're under a rock or under a bushel or behind something and maybe hiding, Susann's going to help you come out of isolation and really contribute your gift. So amazing show we have today. There's also going to be live Q&A where Susann's going to be taking questions. So *2 to raise your hand if you're on the phone, *2 for an opportunity to have your question answered by Susann. Or if you're on the webcast, just go ahead and put your question in. You must put your name in there. You don't have to put your location in, but your name at least, please. Otherwise, we can't pick you. And, the main question to ask Susann today, because this is really the theme of what Susann can help you with, is what is your biggest soul challenge that is preventing you from really experiencing that fulfillment right now? So what is your biggest soul challenge? What's in the way? What is the challenge for your soul? You won't be limited to that question, but that's really a good start. And then at the end of the call, Susann's going to take us through a beautiful guided journey meditation to really experience some of the aspects of ancient wisdom of the Akashic records. Now let Susann talk more about that once it comes time. So that's kind of the show that we have planned for you today, everyone. I always want to make sure everyone kind of has a sense of what's going to happen, so you know what the flow is. Just inject a little bit of that masculine into the call for everyone. And then, now that the kind of the banks of the river are set, we can really flow and bring really that beautiful feminine creativity in there as well. So enough talking, Ian. Enough, they say. Let's get to Susann. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and get started. But, I mentioned the Beloveds, and I think maybe this is a way for us to get started, Susann, is if you could share with us, just for the benefit of those who don't know you or haven't worked with you very much, just talk briefly about your own evolution as a healer, as a teacher, as a master, and also your relationship with the Beloveds and how they came, into your life, so to speak.
Wonderful. I'd really be happy to, so that everyone can feel yet another possibility for a life path, because we all have different ones. It's amazing. So 40-something years ago, I after college, during college I actually met Ram Dass and people like that, so I am an ancient one. I was one of the first people to meet him.
Oh.
But I know, because he came to Boulder, Colorado, and that's when Be Here Now first came out, so... Right. There are some advantages to our age. Some of us, we've seen a lot, been around the block a lot. So, and after that, I lived in a spiritual community because obviously my soul said you need to be with kindred spirits. I won't go into that whole story. One of my books, Soul Reunion, is the one I believe, is the one I talk about my own soul journey. And at that time, I started doing energy work that was like Reiki, but it was called attunement. So I started doing work at that level long time ago, and then I started bringing in the Akashic records and soul dimension of things, and started to work with what I call the working with the worlds that we've come from before coming here. I would suspect that everyone on this call knows that you are much bigger than this lifetime, even much bigger than your past lives. And if you didn't notice that, you get to expand. This is Ian said something about a year of expansion. It totally is. And part of that expansion is going, oh, there's so much more to me. I know that. How do I get in touch with that so much more? Yes, I want to heal all my wounds, my beliefs and all of that, but I also want to get in touch with that so much more. And it is. It's way more than just your higher self. It's way more than your connection to God. It's the vastness of what I call the universe of you. And so I started touching into all of that and going, now we're talking. Now we get to connect to our soul and its gifts and be able to do releasing work with people. I try to use the word release instead of clear, but clear seems to be the way what people are used to hearing. Clearing the wounds of separation so that we can be connected to our soul and all that it's connected to, which happens to be just about everything. And being able to connect with that sense of home base, which is where your soul not just originated, but where its greatest juiciness comes from. So, where did the beloveds come out of or into the equation? Along the way, many moons, I've been doing this specifically with the Akashic Records for 25 years. Along the way, I was aware of lots of guides. I never sort of delineated them to Archangel Michael or this person or that person. I used to joke and call them the dudes because they were just a collective, and it felt like they were my best buddy friends. And then as I worked with the dudes, which felt like they just, the collective of them kept expanding and expanding, all of a sudden there was a sense that there was a particular grouping of them that were very much love-related and heart-related and were helping me to bring more of my soul gift, which relates to connection to divine love through the heart, to bring that forward and have that more on the planet so that when we decide, okay, I'm done doing the fear game, that there would be a vibration collectively available here that would say, this is what love feels like, this is what love tastes like, smells like, all of that, so people can start to trust that love is a reality on planet Earth and not just something that God does or the universe does, but it is a beautiful, exquisite vibration that can be built, and that's what this luminous bridge is. It's the bridge on which the vibration of love comes in to allow us to feel that we can be one with all that is vital and valuable to us. So the beloveds came to me, and I didn't have a name for them. I just went, oh, there's this beautiful collective, and it was allowing me to go to other levels that were just so heart-centered. I'm like, ooh, this is where I want to live. And then they came up with that name. It's like, we're beloved. And I'm like, oh, yeah, love is beloved. Let's call you the beloveds, because we all have that sense of that beautiful vibration of the beloved that is a primary focal point for us in relationship to love and our connection. And everybody wants to be with their beloved on planet Earth. So the starting point for that is to connect to that vibration of beloved, and the beloveds help us to do that. Okay.
Beautiful. Well, thank you for sharing that. So you work you work in tandem with the beloveds and then channel guidance from them to help people make that transition from fear to love?
Yes, and I also feel that it's important for people to feel that channeling is not something that just a few people can do, because really guidance for me is the sensation of the expanded nature of ourself with us at all times. So it's not just don't leave home without them, your guidance collective, even if you don't know the heck who they are and what they are made of. But I find myself in relationship to this larger field all the time, talking with them. And again, anyone can do this. Talk with the invisible them and be able to share with them and thank them for everything that's going on during the day. And it's not just I want to pray to my guides. It's a sense that they are with you. And as you develop that relationship, just like you would with a new puppy, a new baby, a new lover, you want to develop that relationship. You want to be with them all the time. Be with your guidance even if you don't understand it. And that will help you with your intuition tremendously. That in essence you're saying, you are important to me, guidance, intuition, wisdom. Ancient wisdom is important to me, and I welcome it here continually.
I have a question around home world, because that was something that you mentioned earlier on, and it's really jumping out at me, and I think that the community would like to hear more about the home world. You mentioned that that's where your soul's juiciness comes from. And firstly, before I ask my secondary question, so I don't want to get derailed here because a few questions are coming through, but Susan, tell us about the home world, because where we're going with this, where I'm going with this is, bringing that heaven on earth, bringing that feeling, that essence, that aspect, embodying the home world, feeling, if you will, and of course you'll use much more eloquent words than I will, but right here, right now, on Earth. So we all have these super high vibrations of feelings of love and bliss and peace.
Absolutely, I'd love to. One of the reasons that all of this came, I got excited about all of this in the beginning, was not because I wanted to be all woo-woo and talk about other worlds and things like that. It was sort of like, really? I have to talk about other worlds? That's just so strange, because I'm so practical and so love living life. Why am I talking about other worlds as though they're more important than here, like I want to go escape to them? Because that is not me at all. But what I've discovered working with people for all these years is that many people are like, I want to be connected, but I don't know how to experience that connection. How do I feel that in my bones? How do I feel that as I live from day to day? Now, your soul has lived in other worlds before coming here for way longer than living on planet Earth, which I think is going to feel very real to most people. It's like you came here for the adventure of a physical capacity for life. That's all. Your soul said, planet Earth, cool. You can do physical, the 6 senses, 7 senses, 8 senses, all of that. You can do that in a physical vibration, and touch, taste, and smell love in all its dimensions, or God or truth in all its dimensions. Really? So people said, yeah, I want to do. Soul said, yeah, I want to do that. But they came from, we've all come from various worlds, and one of the things I do in the sessions that I offer, and that's why I love having that sessions in part of the package that we'll be offering today, is we will have a chance for you to experience directly what your home world not only is informationally, because that doesn't mean squat, but the experience of the vibration and the essence of the soul that you are from that world. So imagine you've been to this in that world for a long time, and you've developed your gifts, your strengths, your juiciness, what makes up your soul, and that makes the unique combination of dimensions that you are, and you've lived there, and it's the bounty of you. It's the abundance of you. It's the field of abundance for you, that home world for you. And I know there are a lot of people on this call that would go, yeah, ET phone home. There are times when I just go, please, could I go home? And what they're really saying is, I want to feel that vibration again that I've been separated from in my experience. So what I do is take people on journeys to those worlds so they can feel it. And it's so cool and it's so easy. And yes, we can do it in a half-hour session, easy breezy. But you get to experience what you are made of and the depth of who you are and what your purpose is, which is an essence of something. And that is so valuable for people to get to that core place and experience it directly. So that's what the home world piece is all about.
Wow, that's so, it's something that is so needed. So many people even feel like, checking out and not being in this physical experience. and say things like, I just wish I was, back where I belong. I don't belong here on earth. I just don't feel that this is the place for me. So to be able to provide, it's more than a service. The words are escaping me. It's more than a service to people to be able to provide that level of experience for them right here on earth in their human bodies.
Yes, and it's not just something you get to experience in that moment and go, oh, that was cool, I'm going to think about that. It's like you get to live from that place. That's what I want people to feel is, oh, this is who I am, and I can't imagine not living from this place, and I vow to never abandon that connection again. As I said, the only wound is the wound of separation when it gets down to it, which makes things much easier than trying to figure out what belief you need to clear, how many things you need to heal, how many lessons you need to learn. Oh, my God, it's boring and exhausting and all of that. It's like, wait a minute, I just want to be connected to the wealth of who I am and have that available. And here's a little exercise I'm going to let everybody in on just to get a feel for this, okay?
Please.
So think of a state you're in right now that you may be already buzzing because Ian and I are having such a great time with all of you, and we're magnifying something that's so wonderful, okay? But just imagine a state that you were in, say, an hour ago. Okay, I spoke to somebody an hour ago that had just lost their job. So we all have situations like that where there's this gut-wrenching feeling that's like, oh, my God, my life just ended, okay? So just go to a place, it doesn't have to be that dramatic, sorry. Go to a place where maybe you have a physical pain in your back or a chronic situation, whatever it is where you're like, when I'm in that state, I don't feel good about myself, my soul. Yeah, I want to be isolated. Yeah, I feel like life is not worth it and I want to get out of here. Absolutely. Or just that general feeling of what's it all about, Alfie? So just feel that for a moment. And here's the key. Just before that feeling, you're going to add the phrase, without connection, I feel ugh. Okay, and fill in the blank of ugh. Without connection, I feel my back really hurts, just as an example. Okay? So put those two together. And feel how that shifts your whole perspective on what you were just working with. This is the truth. Without connection to, we'll call it the field of abundance, who I am, whatever it is, I feel awful, okay, or sad, or fearful. So when you have that sort of 10,000-foot view, oh, okay, I just need to get connected to help this part feel better. It really is just that I'm not connected in this moment, and I can hold connected and still be fearful. Do you see how that works, Ian? It just sort of lifts you out of your state. I want connection. So then you go, I want connection. And then your whole energy is about wanting connection. And we're going to help you today to feel a greater embodiment of that connection. I want to feel connected. That's the only thing that's missing. I don't feel connected to something that really is important to me. So, for instance, right now, you could get connected to love in a second. Let's take it one more step. How do you get connected to love in a second? You've got to be kidding, Susan. I'm feeling anxious. I just lost my job. So go into your heart and feel something that you love or appreciate. Your puppy, chocolate ice cream, a sunset. Just connect to something or someone. It could even be a human that you love or appreciate. I want to be connected to that sensation. Now you're not trying to get away from the anxiety. You're going to embrace the anxiety and wrap it with this blanket of love. You're not trying to clear, get rid of anything. It's a precious part of you. And why would I say that this anxiety is a precious part of you? What? It's showing up where you've been disconnected, and it's crying out for connection. How's that for a new way to look at it? And beneath that anxiety is the gold of you, your soul. It's your gold wanting to come forward. So as you unlock that anxiety and say, I want to get to the gold that's beneath that anxiety, I know it's there in every part of me, the treasure chest of me, as I get to that place via getting my anxiety connected to love or something else, everything starts to melt, and I start to feel more of the largeness of the expanded nature of myself and my truth.
Wow, Susan, that is profound.
Wasn't that cool? You guys are awesome. You all did it so well. That's how I could take it that far, that fast.
That really was profound. It was simple in a way, but because you had us really laser focus on that one thing. So for me, what really brings joy to me, here I go again, like on a bliss train. I mean, when I stand with my face looking up and my arms raised and Father Sun, and just feel that warmth, that's like the one thing. I mean, that's, for me personally, that's the all-encompassing feeling of love and appreciation and gratitude that I feel for that beautiful sunlight. Now, of course, I'm in Washington State, so I don't get that very often. So well, in the summer I do, but in the winter I don't. So, when he comes out, it's something so profound. And you took us to that one place, and it really did, supersede anything else that was going on. And then taken us to a position or a place where we could enshroud that other emotion and just really envelop it in that love. Was a beautiful process, short but very, very beautiful. Thank you.
Yes, you're so welcome. That's what my guides are so wonderful about, is they can just make it practical, simple, the way it's supposed to be. Isn't that beautiful? And I'm right there with you with the warmth of the sun for sure. But we're embracing those parts of us. It's bigger than self-love. We'll talk about that later with the package. It's bigger than self-love. It's not just I love you anxious part, because that just doesn't quite do it anymore. That was a great start. Everyone's done great with self-love. But now we have to embrace those parts with something much bigger that's never going away. It comes from a larger source than me, my personality, that is. And like you said, the warmth of the sun in your body, embracing the anxiety, it melts instantly. If I'm in a place where I've just lost my job and I go, it's going to be okay, it's going to be okay, it's going to be okay. Yeah, there's a little bit of soothing that goes on, but not what I need in that moment to really not try to get rid of the anxiety, but really embrace it and allow, again, that part of me that's the gold of me to shift easily and go, okay, we can do this. We got what we need. We will be taken care of. And only love knows how to help. Divine love, infinite love, sun love, all those dimensions knows how to help you feel, I will be taken care of. All is well. Unconquerable life prevails. I, as an adult, saying to that anxiety, you're going to be okay, it's like, yeah, right, sure, you said that before. Do you feel the difference?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure do. Yeah. And is this all part of the process surrounding the luminous bridge as well as
Yes.
you've spoken about the opening the universal portal. Is this part of that overall process?
Yes, exactly. Absolutely. Absolutely, because we have to. It is so much more fulfilling, deeper, and easier, in fact, to have all that is assisting us in our life. It's one thing to say, okay, I'm going to give myself what I need right now. It's another thing to really feel deeply that the universe and the universe of me and all love, and know what that experience is and what it feels like, truly is with me through my guidance, through my daily life, through just my sense of self. And I can have that with me all the time. That's the luminous bridge that is all one piece together. Yeah. And it's flowing in all the time. Something like divine love flows in all the time. And that's what we need, is something that we can count on, that noble spirit that we can count on that's trustworthy. And we go, yeah, that's there for me all the time. We want unconditional love. We want unconditional feeling that someone has our back. I want you to feel that too, and it's possible for you. It's a divine component that your soul have. Yeah.
And it's really powerful. It's really powerful to be in that state versus, as you mentioned in the beginning, the state of fear or the state of separation. That I think we understand this very often on a conscious level, as well as on a soul level, but we find that we slip back, and so with the bombardment of stimuli and challenges and day to day, we slip back. So how does someone go from having done this process once to really being able to sustain this and really, switching from a separation consciousness to a unity consciousness more long term?
Mm-hmm. Well, that's, again, one of the reasons why I do packages and sessions and things like that.
Okay.
So people can start to develop the new muscle. Once you have the experience, say, of your home world, your soul essence, where your origination of abundance comes from, and you feel that experientially, then you start to develop that muscle. It's like going to the gym, which all of us hate. I don't even do it, so I shouldn't even talk about it. But starting something new, you have to develop the muscle, because yes, your body is not used to it. Your body is going, well, the old way used to help me, and we have what I call soul challenges that we actually accrued before we came in to Earth incarnations. Our wound of separation came way back then. So understanding that, we have to go back to, in essence, the essence of who we are before we took that on. And it has nothing to do with mom and dad. We can get everybody off the hook. We don't have to forgive everybody and their brother. We have to just forgive ourselves for separating from the gold of who we are and get that connected again. Now, we're doing a little piece of that now. We'll do a little piece of that later. When I do readings with people, they'll feel that connection coming in, because that is my presence here and Ian's presence here is to help you feel the magnificence of what it feels like to be connected and not be afraid to be connected. Because some of the soul challenges people have are a fear of going into those expanded spaces, like something bad is going to happen in those larger realms and fields. And so that's part of the isolation, is the feeling of, well, there's no place to go to expand and get connected because it's really like crazy out there. And then, of course, it's crazy here, too. We know that. So they're in lockdown. We get into this lockdown, oppressed shutdown mode, to use a familiar or a current phrase. We get into shutdown, and then we have to build a wall around us because we're so afraid of everything and so insecure. So the feeling is, how do you bust through that? You develop more of that core experience of connection. So even just feeling the sun, look at something in the room that you're in right now, everybody. There's got to be something in the space you're in, even if you're sitting in the car, that you love. You like your car, you chose a lamp in your room, you can look out the window and there's the clouds, something that you love. And just connect to that and say, this is life. This is life that I love. Maybe it's the chair you're sitting in. Not, I appreciate having a chair. I like this chair. That's life energy moving through you. And you just start to activate connection to life. And you're more with the invisible elements than with the visible emotional responses that are going on in your body. Because all it is emotional responses to stuff. Okay, before we go too far flowing down the river, I'll stop there.
All right. Well, I think this is a great opportunity for people to experience some of your readings. And I know that the audience and the community has a lot of questions. So why don't we do that? So everyone, what we'll do *2 to raise your hand for an opportunity to have a reading from Susann and the Beloved. So if you joined late, *2 is how you do that. If you'd like to do that live on the phone, otherwise put your name and your question in the webcast question box that's on the interview page. And then we'll do that. And then so after this, we'll do some, we'll talk about the topic a little bit more, as well as there'll be the process towards the end of the call. So we'll also do some Q&A a little bit later. So we'll do like the first wave right now. So let's go to the phones, and let's go to Montreal, Quebec, and the last 4 digits of your phone number are 9902, and you are live with Susann. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Welcome to the show.
Can you hear me?
We can hear you perfectly. Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you, but I'm so surprised. I'm shocked. I am shocked.
You're the one. You're the one.
You're the one. I like that.
Well, thank you to you both, and I would like to know what is blocking me.
Okay, great. Tell me your name, please.
France. France, like the country?
Oh, I bet you have to say that a lot, don't you? France, like the country.
Well, you haven't heard the end of it. My family name is Forget, which spells like forget.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Hi, France.
Hi.
We know you. Thanks for being here.
Thank you. Yeah, you didn't believe my name in the beginning.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, and you speak French too. I can hear the accent. Oh, I love it. Okay. So first, let's get a little specific. Blocking you from, what is it you want most in your life right this moment? I know you want everything because you're that kind of soul, but
I am a healer. I have I took some courses in Theta in I'm getting emotional here. In Reiki,
got a beautiful heart.
In Reiki and in Reset. And something is, I'm blocking myself, but something is blocking me from going out there and really showing who I am. Okay,
great. So you have a bit of an empathic nature, don't you?
Very.
Yeah. I was being kind.
Yes.
Okay, because that's what's blocking you. So, Ian, if you don't mind, I'm going to go into this a little deeper with her for everyone else that's empathic, because there's so many, and that's a key piece to what we're going to resolve through this package that I'm offering also. Okay?
Okay,
so,
please do.
As a soul, imagine that before you came here, and I'll be brief, I promise, before you came here, you could transform anything. Because there's a part of you that feels like you could transform anything, right?
Exactly.
That's why you're a healer. You're like, I could transform anything. Give me a challenge. So
I feel like I've done it before, but I can't reach what I've had before.
Yeah, yeah. So your soul is a great transformer. You've done it for lifetimes out there in the universe. You transformed anything and everything. But when you come to planet Earth and you hit this gravitational field, you start looking at what is outside of light, we'll call it, and go, oh, that's what we have to transform. Oh, that's the farthest thing from the truth, so we have to transform that. And because you are dedicated to bringing in this luminous bridge, we'll say, through your healing, you're dedicated to that. You're like, oh, like Pac-Man, let's take that negative energy and transform it, because a part of you feels you could transform anything. But it doesn't work the same way here. Now, putting up boundaries doesn't work either, because it just isolates you and it hurts your heart, because you feel like you have to sort of tuck in all the time and feel like I can't go out there because I'm just going to try to transform everybody's negative energy. What you do is you feel like you have to automatically feel it and take it on. And you're tired of feeling so much. Totally get that, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So the block is that feeling that you're responsible to transform everyone's energy, which is this is a curse. The empath, we were not designed to be that overly empathic. We were designed to be kinesthetic and sense what's going on. Like, I can sense what's going on with the group. I can sense what's going on with you. I'm not trying to take on your energy and change it for you. That's like playing God, okay, right?
Right.
But it's on autopilot for you. You just automatically do that. So that's what's blocking you, is that feeling that I have to, if I'm going to be with someone, I have to transform their energy. That's not my job. But your job is to hold that beautiful, and you can feel the reason that your heart felt that, it's because it's like, oh my God, I get to do it differently. I get to do life differently now, from now on, and your heart's like, yes, this is so wonderful. I want you, before you're with people, and I also would suggest the package for you because it goes into this in a lot of depth, okay?
Okay.
Your heart is going, I just want to be a radiant beacon of what I call the universal power of love, because you're very powerful. You're not just about love. You're very powerful. I want to be that great creator, and I want everyone to feel that as well. So I want you to just hold that for yourself when you're with other people, or even in the grocery store. I'm a grand creator. That's all I need to know. I'm a grand creator, and I'm going to hold that vibration. And then there's no room in the inn for anyone else's stuff for you to feel that you're contributing. Make sense?
Okay.
If you're a grand creator, that's your contribution. So you're not out there going, I have to be responsible to contribute and transform everyone's energy, et cetera, et cetera. Do you see what I mean?
Okay, just being is
no, it's more than that. I'm a grand creator. It's not just being. That is a declaration of who you are in a great, powerful place in your abdomen.
Okay.
Okay, so try that on. Let me know how it goes. Okay.
Okay.
And you'll
Beautiful.
feel the sense of shift. Yeah. Anyone on the call could feel that. I'm a grand creator. So what do you need to do to heal another person? Just be a grand creator. And it transforms. That energy transforms.
And would that help me remember the powers I had before? Or I can't go back? Yes?
It will definitely help you. And as I say, that's part of why I do the package and the session, is to get you fully connected to the powers that you've had before, because you know you have them. They're universal. They're amazing. That's why I could say something like you're a grand creator, because you know that. I want you to have that experience in an in-depth way. Yeah.
Yeah, I will look at that package. Thank you.
Thank you, France.
Okay, France. Much love.
Much
love.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
Grand creator. France, you grand creator. You are.
I know. I love that.
Powerful France. Okay. So beautiful. Okay. Let's go to Nanuet, Nanuet in New York. That's a city or a town, and if I've mispronounced it, I'm sure you're going to tell me. 6721. You're on live. Hello.
Oh, hi. Hi.
Welcome.
I signed on with the star too for a question, and I didn't even think of one.
Aha. Well, let it just come to you. Let it come to you.
Tell me your name.
Oh, wow.
And
Yvette.
Yvette, okay. And you don't have to have a question. Just tell me what you want most in life. Better to ask for what you want versus what you don't have, okay? So what do you want most in life?
I want to be a performer.
Excellent. Okay, great. So the next question is, we were sort of doing a general theme of what would keep you from being a performer, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So remember the number one, what's coming to us now is the number one fear is the fear of public speaking, right?
Right.
There's a reason for that. It's not because, our throats choke up. It's because we're afraid to speak because we're always interested in how other people are going to accept us, acknowledge us, like us, love us. So all our attention when we're afraid of being out there is because how is this going to impact them? Guess who has the power? Them. Right? Yeah. So just noticing that is a wonderful thing for everyone and going, oh, wow, I give my power away the minute I go into my greatest sense of myself and what I want to create.
Right.
Okay? So practice being that performer, not just for you, okay, because that won't feel good to you, right? Well, I'm just going to do it for me. No, that's like, meh. Okay? So do it for your soul and just say, I vowed before I came here to planet Earth that I would what? What would you say to fill that sentence? I'm going to let you do that versus me.
I would let my song out.
Beautiful. That I would let my song out and sing my soul song, okay? Yep. So every time you want to sing, you're going to go, I promised love, I promised God, I promised the universe, I promised everything that I am. I said that's what I wanted to do, so I'm going to do that. Damn it. That's your spirit. You. You're welcome.
Thank you.
Great to be with you, Yvette. Much love.
Thank you, Yvette. Beautiful. Bye. So, Yvette, we want to hear your soul song. We want to hear that. Yeah. It's already, it's there. It's just like the beginning, the spark. It just feels like it's ready, though. It feels ready there. It feels like this huge wind is going to come forth and blow on that and just turn that beautiful little spark and ember into this amazing flame of your soul song for all to see and hear. Very cool. All right, let's go. Let's go to the web for a while. So with the web, of course, there's no back and forth. So we'll see if we can get.
I promise I'll be good.
Okay. All right. So we've got a mix of people who started putting the questions in before and some who are on the phones right now. So we'll go to Callie BC. She put a question in before. Dear Susan, I would like to know what my biggest soul challenge is that's preventing my fulfillment now. I need a little help because I have no idea what to do next and where to start.
And tell me her name.
Callie, K-A-L-L-Y.
K-A-L-L-Y. Callie. Okay, great. Okay. And does it say where she's from or not? That's fine.
British Columbia.
Oh, yeah, British Columbia. Okay, got it. British Columbia, Callie. Hello. I've been to British Columbia. I love it. Okay. Okay, the reason you don't have any idea where to start is because you have so many ideas. But the feeling for you is, will that work? Will that work? Will that work? I don't know. Will it work? Will it work? Will it work? You're not the kind to, and this could sound negative, it's not, to be the one that follows it through. You're going to have to get a team, not with you per se, but be part of a collective that follows it through. You're the initiator, you're the catalyst kind of energy. So where to start is with just one something that makes your, fills your heart. I don't know where to start because I'm afraid to start anything because I don't know where it's going to go. Just start small from the standpoint of when you wake up in the morning, I want you to get out of bed and go, or not get out of bed, and go, what I'd love to do today, what I would love to create today is this. And you can even write it down, make a list. These are the things I'd love to have happen. And it can be 3 little tiny things. But make sure that you feel that creative energy with them, around them, and feel ignited by them happening. And start to practice. Oh, okay, I followed it through. It happened. It felt good. And nothing bad happened because I took it the next step. So do that for a week. Just, okay, it's all right for me to have an idea like today I'd really like to climb a mountain. I made that up. That's not you. I'd like to, but it is internally. I'd like to do this. And yeah, I'm gonna do that because this is important to me. When I first woke up, it was there. So I'm going to follow it through for myself. In this case, you are doing it for yourself. I'm going to follow it through and do that and get practice in allowing things to be part of a creative process. Okay? Have fun with that, Kelly, and be easy on yourself with it. Okay.
Thank you. Beautiful. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Dawn from Waterloo in the United Kingdom. It's late in the United Kingdom now, so thank you, Dawn, for writing in. Please tell me how to let go of the fear about my health and my future. I'm an empath, and no matter what I do, the fear and overwhelm are never far away. This is not who I'm meant to be.
Oh, thank you so much, Dawn, for your vulnerability. You know, I just want to be kind with you and so many people with this whole matter of anxiety and the whole matter of feeling like, oh, my God, I don't know what I'm doing with my life. Be gentle with yourself because, you know, it hasn't been long historically, and we're talking ancient wisdom here. We're bringing forward ancient wisdom. In the scheme of things, it hasn't been long when we've even had permission as men and women to say what we want and be able to do what we want and not be anxious about the fact that somebody could come in and say, no, you can't do that. No, that's not going to take you where you want to go. No, I'm in charge of you. How many people over the centuries have had someone else in charge of their life? Okay? So be gentle with yourself, and when that anxious part of you comes up, you're going to be a little more gentle. I know it's horrible to have that anxiety all the time. What am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing? Remember, that's just a part of you that does not need to steer the ship. It's not in the driver's seat. So when you feel that anxiety, it's an old part of you that's never been given permission to be in command of your life. So tell that anxious part, you don't have to make the decision. You don't have to make all the decisions in life. That's what makes us feel that it's impossible to know what is next because this anxious part thinks it's got to be the responsible one. For a lot of old reasons that relate to your soul challenge, okay? Your soul challenge allowed that small part of you to think that someone else is always going to be responsible for how you create life, and it's not true anymore. it's not true anymore. Your soul wants you to know that your guidance of, and it's another kind of love than just compassionate love. It's a truthful love. Your guidance is there with you. And I want you right this moment to feel a figure, whether it's an invisible, not necessarily a guide, but maybe it's an animal totem even for you. Maybe it's a unicorn. I know that sounds corny. That is there for you, that you know you can always count on. And bring that into your heart with that feeling that it is there for me. Okay, and we're going to do a process later, and I know it's late for you. You may have to do it tomorrow, but hopefully you can stay up. It's going to be worth it for you, for sure, to help you to be able to have that anchor within you that you've never felt was possible. You always had to get your anchor from outside of you, and you need that anchor of sureness within you. Okay? So, take a breath and let that anxious part know we're going to get you the anchor you need to be able to know that all is well. Thank you so much, Dawn, for being here. Let that part know, that anxious, that assistance is on its way, because you now know where it can come from.
Thank you for helping her. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Jane from Boulder. I would like to expand my connection and community with soul family here in the physical. Can you advise? So, soul family, whatever that is coming through to you, Susan, to mean specifically for Jane.
Great. Hello, Jane in Boulder, one of my favorite places. Okay, the reason you are craving this sense of community here, and you're in a place where there is a lot of community, so it's right that you would crave it there, because it is a place that offers that. But what I want you to feel is that energetically as a soul, you knew, before you started doing earth incarnations, you knew a world that you came from that was filled with community. It's like this beautiful unity of synchronicity that you knew. You just moved in tandem together, in communion, not just community, but communion. And your soul is craving that sense of communion. And I want you to feel more of what that communion that is the backbone for community is for you right now. That sense of, yes, there's something I want to commune with that's deep within my soul that I've lost connection with. That is your key wound of separation. And I hope that you can look at the package as well, so I can help you get that feeling of communion with you and soul-level community within you. Because remember, the key to manifestation is you can't manifest something unless you hold it inside you first. And your soul is wanting so badly to hold that on the inside, but it hasn't known how to do that. So it could be reflected on the outside, which is feeling a physical community of people that your heart longs for so deeply. So, having said that, that's what you want, is that feeling of communion on the inside. And you know that in spades, you've lost track of it. So, blessings to you for wanting that sense of deep communion with all that is beautiful, all that is real, and all that is love.
Wonderful. Thank you. All right. Well, speaking of working with you, you've mentioned your program a few times, because there's such a connection between what people's questions and then you being able to get them to that state. Why don't we do this? Why don't we take this time to share with everyone about your program. So, Susan, before you do that, though, I'm going to just tell people how to follow along. So, everyone, if you're on the webinar page, just go ahead and click the orange offer button below Susan's photograph, and that'll take you to her offer page. And if you're not on the webinar page and you do want to follow along, so you can either wait for the link tonight in email, or you can type in WOTA Summit, WOTA Summit, that's SUMMIT.com. That stands for Wisdom of the Ancients. And then /, so that's a /Susann, SUSANN, 2 N's in Susan, and then number 4. So WOTASummit.com, put a /, and then Susann, SUSANN, and the number 4. Everything is lowercase, and that will allow you to follow along visually. So, Susann, if you could take people through your offer and let them know what you put together for everyone.
I would love to do that, because this offer just floats my boat, and it's like looking at the sun and feeling its warmth. It's a radiant offer. That's the word I want for it. So I call it Accelerate Your Soul's Abundance Field, because, as I mentioned earlier, your soul is connected to everything. Your soul is connected to abundance. I know everyone wants more abundance, and it is our birthright to be connected to that abundance. You just haven't known how to heal that wound of separation to get to that abundance field and experience it directly, because it is not conceptualized. And this is, and that's why we're so excited about abundance these days, because it is part of your soul's purpose. Absolutely. Your soul was designed to know that. And these core soul-level wounds that we have are very easy to change. That's why we can do it in a small package like this, to be able to change that so you have complete access to not only your gifts, your strengths, and your purposes, but the abundance field, the essence of you, everything we've been talking about, love at its finest. Because people have come to me forever with this feeling of, I have this chronic pattern, I've done everything. I've healed all my wounds, I've forgiven my mother, my father, I've done past lives. Why do I have this immune system deficiency? And that's one of the biggest physical chronic ailments we have, is immune deficiency diseases, limitations, etc., which all relate to lack of connection, because we were meant to be fed through our immune system, for instance. We were meant to be fed by the immune system through that. And yes, there's the chakras, and yes, there's the endocrine system, but the immune system is the key place, the thymus, etc. I can't go into that lecture right now, where we have disconnected right by the heart, where we've had that soul challenge of disconnection happen, and therefore the immune system breakdown is going to be natural, because if you are not being fed by everything that you value, then you will start to feel that atrophy. And it will feel either physical challenges, it will feel like it's long-term patterns, like I can't get into a relationship no matter what I do. What's up with that? I've worked with people who want to get pregnant. They can't get pregnant. They've tried everything. I mean, these are huge wounds that we have at a collective level. And I want to make a contribution to the world, and either I'm afraid to go into the world, or there's something keeping me from even feeling like I can move forward with my sense of self. These are all soul-level challenges that I want to help you with. And that's why I do it at that level. Get to the core of it and get it done with, so you can get on with your incredible life. So, option 1. Oh, there I am on the video again. Hello. And if you haven't scrolled all the way down to where I am right now, one of the things I want to remind everyone is we all want to be seen. We also want to feel safe. And believe it or not, you could say, well, safety. I want to be abundant. Well, if we don't feel safe in this world, if we don't feel good about being in this world, if we don't feel like we're supported, that the universe has our back, if we don't feel those things, we're not going to feel safe. And we're going to be wandering around in our own willpower. And that doesn't go very far, right? That's burn out. I've been doing this for 25, 45 years. I mean, the biggest piece of this, 25 years. I could be burnt out easily. I don't sound burned out now, do I? Because I'm always filling my cup with my connection to the abundance field, with a connection to my soul and my gifts, filling my heart up, filling every cell in my body up continually so that I'm not afraid to keep expanding myself in this world because I got the power, so to speak, okay? Okay, great. So item number 1, accelerate your soul's abundance field, 21-day immersion intensive. What that is I did this just a few months ago, so it's hot off the press. It's 21 days. 21 days of experience. I am an experience junkie, as you can tell. I want you to have the experience of that connection. I want you to have the experience of all that you're designed to be. And in this immersion time, there are, 11 hours, and part of it we talk about is being an empath and learning how to thrive and be able to say, wow, I'm not an empath anymore. I may be a sensitive soul, and sensitive soul means that you're intuitive, you're gifted, you're connected in beautiful ways. That's why we're sensitive souls, because we're sensitive to spirit's pulsation. We want that part. But oversensitivity, too empathic, oh my gosh, that'll knock you down all the time. That is why you are overwhelmed all the time, is because you don't have that universal self within you thriving and being the power source instead of the people around you holding your sense of power. And you could say, well, no, they really don't have my power. Yes, they do. It's one or the other. If we're too overly sensitive, it's because we're sensitive to what's outside of us that is going to bowl us over. And that is not how our soul is designed to live. I want you to have the confidence and the courage of heart. Not, I'm going to go out there and make $100,000 tomorrow kind of courage and confidence. I'm going to have the courage of heart, courage of creation. I'm going to be that grand creator. And I'm going to be one who feels good about their contribution. That's what I want for you. And in this 21-day immersion, that's exactly what we worked with. Not only with specific incidents that people are working with that are very real. Feeling homeless is very real these days, that you don't belong here, and there is no place for the universal nature of you. I want you to feel at home in your universal skin. And so in that time, I work with the Akashic Records to assist you and your soul to be able to have what you need. Okay, great. Item number 2, Akashic Records soul clearing. Yay! This is vital. This is going into the Akashic Records, which is the record of all knowledge for all souls for all time. And that is your record all the way back to the origination of your soul. I know that's going to blow your mind, which it should, because the mind is not meant to be involved in this. So you're going to get to learn how to work in the Akashic Record field. I know, for those of you who have said, gosh, I've always wanted to do that, this is your opportunity to work in the Akashic Record field and learn how to do a quick clearing of all your, what we call karma, beliefs, agreements, contracts, all that kind of stuff. Okay?
Hey, Susan.
Again, yes.
Let me ask you a question.
Please.
And this is because it's just coming through, right? So why would we want to do that? Why would we need to do that? Why is this important?
Good question. Really? Why would you want to do that? That's a great question. You would want to do that because all of your chronic patterns are held in the Akashic Records. So you want to clear things at a soul level, okay? Everything that you're working with comes from an agreement or a contract you made before you came. It's the trunk of the tree of what got the ball rolling as it related to your entrance into planet Earth. I've been doing this forever, and once you get a feeling for what that is, you can always refer to that and go, oh, that's that piece again coming up. Now I understand it. Now I can move forward because my soul is now clear to be in revelation of itself and its gifts and strengths and everything that it wants to bring forward. Okay, so you can, again, get on and live your life and not constantly be working with karma, not constantly have to work with clearing old contracts, not constantly have to work with imprints, implants. It works with all those kinds of things. The imprints, the implants, all that juicy stuff I used to talk about years ago. I want you to take care of that in one fell swoop so we can start living joy and abundance, because it's time. It's 2019, and we're not here just to keep healing in a small way. We are here to transform and transmute our life. Does that help answer that, Ian?
Yes, thank you. I appreciate that.
Excellent question. Excellent question. Okay, great. Shall we go to item 3, Beyond Self-Love, the New Frontier? Yay. Okay, I was referring to that earlier, that we have advanced, which is so exciting, beyond self-love being enough. We've done great with that. It's time now to get connected to divine love and infinite love as the resource for what embraces our life and those parts of us that are still disconnected. And we have them. They come up. It's true. You know, we still have these parts. But how to learn how to embrace those parts in a way that makes us feel all is well, unconditional love prevails, and we are truly safe to operate with others. That's a big key, because all of us want to contribute more, but we don't feel safe to operate with others because we're afraid of, again, soul-level challenge, that they're going to take it from us, they're going to abandon, they're going to do rejection, all of that with the outside world that we've given our power to. So you have to have a deeper core place of connection to the power of love so that you can move into the world freely and openly, and other people aren't at the core of why you do what you do. And you're moving past being rescuing other people, healing other people, to allow you to have a sense that your purpose is fulfilled. I want you to feel that your purpose is fulfilled because you connect to these dimensions of yourself. And this takes us right to item 4. Access your infinite universal self. That infinite universal self of you is the power that allows you to feel that you are a grand creator. For instance, as we were talking with France, it will allow you to feel that you are connected to all that you need whenever you need it. So, for instance, you're going, gosh, I could use a little more strength. I could use a little more peace. I could use a little more feeling supported today. Connecting to your infinite universal self helps you to feel those things and feel that that is there for you, knowing how to experience that directly. And again, it will help with more of the dissolving of what's kept you from feeling that directly. Okay? So, these 4 pieces are included in option 1. Option 2, a session, a half-hour session with me, which is the pièce de résistance. I must be speaking French, thanks to France. Because this is the way for you to connect with that ancient wisdom of the Akashic Records for your unique soul. Get to the true root cause of your traumas. And we all have traumas. We all have moments. Either it's waking up in the morning or going to bed or not being able to sleep? What is it that keeps us in anxiety, keeps us from being able to step forward into our life? Keep all of that we need to get to the root cause of that, because we've done everything else, I am sure. So this 30-minute private session will allow you to get to your soul gifts, your strengths, and your purposes, and dissolve those challenges and give you a chance to experience directly the bounty of your soul and what it is designed to bring here. So you can feel that, as we talked about at the very beginning. You can feel, this is what I'm here for. This is the core of who I am. And it helps you to get way more connected to your intuitive wisdom and trust that. And let go of all these invisible barriers that you're like, I don't know where all this stuff comes from, because I certainly did nothing wrong growing up, right? So, and yes, you will have that sense of soul purpose and be guided by love again, guaranteed, in a half hour. Oh, yes, and connect to your cosmic heritage and soul family. Oh, that homecoming piece. Oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh. If I could tell you how many times someone is just in tears going, I feel home. I feel like I'm at home, and I feel that in my heart, and I feel like I have a sense of home within me again, that it's okay for me to be here, it's okay for me to be me, and I feel joyful, and I never imagined I could feel that. Absolutely. This is the spiritual homecoming. That is what keeps me doing what I do. I'm not trying to heal you. I am wanting you to have a spiritual homecoming. I'm wanting you to share the abundance field with me and others that you know are in that field. I want you to have that experience too, because that is your fulfillment. Okay? That is your fulfillment. Yeah.
Beautiful. Yeah.
Good.
And there's probably not anyone listening now or, later, but listening to these words who doesn't want to experience that.
Yeah.
Certainly on a more regular basis, and to experience that joy and that bliss and that love that comes from that deep connection with your home, with how your soul is meant to feel. And it's a beautiful, beautiful place. And everyone, I do encourage you to actually, if you're looking at this, look at what other people have said as well, and look at the words that they use as well. When they talk about Susann, there it goes. Susan,
okay.
Sorry. When they talk about Susan, and there's so many beautiful, beautiful words that people are using. So take a look at those testimonials, and also, the 21-day immersion. So there's someone that said, thank you. What a beautiful immersion. Words cannot express my gratitude and joy. This immersion has helped me move forward in my journey, providing me with tools to heal, knowing that I'm not alone. I'm fully supported by the universe. Now, I'm not going to read all of these, but if you're looking at this, then please, just feel into those words that others who have gone before you and others who've chosen to work with Susan have really taken the time to share. So 2 beautiful offers. So there's the offer 1, which is there's the 21-day immersion, there's the Akashic Record Soul Clearing, there's the New Frontier, the Beyond Love, and Access Your Infinite Universal Self. Those are all option 1. And we can actually split that up, as you know, for you as well, if you like. And then option 2 includes 30 minutes with Susan at a very, very generous rate for you, everyone. So that's only $147 if you wanted to do option 2 and you wanted to work with Susan. So, Susan, thank you so much for bringing this really generous and incredible offer to us so that we can really get to that place of feeling that connection to Source, getting to that place where we can truly feel that deeper sense of love and operate from that place where we can really embody that and feel it more often.
Yes, absolutely, because you will now have a resource that you can draw on experientially to get to. And it won't be just conceptual. Oh, I just need to get connected again. Oh, I just need to go meditate. You'll be able to draw on it instantly and easily, and it will be true for you and your unique soul nature. And it will be exactly what your soul, your spirit, and your guides bring to you. Not from me. It will be from your guides who are waiting. They are just waiting to offer you this abundance of you. And we just have to clear the decks a little bit to make space for that outpouring, that pulsation. It's like all the cosmic things we've been having lately, the eclipses and all of that. There's this huge amount of pouring coming in of energy and light and beauty and all of that. And people say to me, well, I wish it didn't feel like it was just intense stuff bumping up against me. It's like, yeah, I want to get you connected to those energy fields so that luminous energy that wants to come in pours in every time we have these moments in time, instead of it being a, oh my God, I almost didn't make it through that. Yep. All
Thank
there.
you.
Great. You're so welcome.
Just a couple of questions that the community has regarding maybe the logistics. So Elle from Fort Lauderdale is asking, how are the sessions conducted? Are they over the phone, Skype, FaceTime, video, or phone?
Okay, great. I do phone for people in the United States, and I do video Skype for people outside of the United States. I would love to do Skype for everyone, but I can't sit in front of a computer all day every day.
Okay.
But I'm happy to if it really is important to you. So absolutely. And you'll get a link to set them up, and it will describe all those things on it. But yeah, we will be one-on-one directly. It is not just me writing down stuff for you. It is you and I communing, connecting, and bringing forth that soul ancient wisdom for you.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you. And then Diana from Quebec City is asking, are there instructions to go through the MP3s, or are the instructions on the MP3s? Are they pretty easy to follow? That's question one. And question two is this something that they should do ongoing, or is it like one time and it's good enough, or is it something to go through multiple times? What's your suggestion on that?
Well, I find it's unique for everybody. I would say you only have to go through it once to get the food from it. You will be nourished deeply and completely from it once. But as we know, if I have something I'm listening to, the second time I listen to it, it's like, oh my gosh, I got 10 times more from it that time than the last time. So you'll go deeper each time in your personal experience with the connection. And that's what you want. So if you're ready for that, yeah, each time you do it, you will go deeper with it for sure. And there are instructions. It's pretty easy. Yeah, it's a zip file with the immersion, pretty easy to unlock and get to for sure. We've made it very simple for you.
Beautiful. Yep. And also, Diane, if you have any questions, Susan has a wonderful team as well who can support you. So you're really in good hands. If you have any issues, which you really shouldn't, but if you have any questions, then connect with Susan or her team. You won't be alone. You won't be alone.
It's true. Thank you, Ian.
Of course. Okay, well, let's go back to the phone. So everyone, we are going to have Susan take us through that process in just a little while, but I wanted to get some more questions in from the community just before we do that. So let's go to San Pedro, California on the phone, and the last four digits of the phone number are 0838. Hello.
It's me.
Oh, I should know this. Who's me?
I don't know me.
Hi, me.
Jan. Hi.
Jan.
Did you say Jan?
Hi, Susan. Yes, like January.
Hi.
Hi. Welcome.
Oh, I never get picked. Thank you.
Hardly ever. Now you can say I hardly ever get paid.
No, yes, thank you. Wonderful. Oh, wow. So I have a question about my home world. It's been on my mind for a while, and how that relates to my mission. I feel like I don't have I don't have my path. Sort of, I thought I did, but then it sort of got lost. I mean, maybe it's just everything changing so quickly, but yeah, there must be something going on, standing in like a block or something, or yeah, I don't know, just an issue I need to resolve. But I don't know what it is. I feel like I've lost my way.
You've lost your way, I know, and you ran out of breadcrumbs. You had to find your way back. It's true. So for you, one of the challenges you have in relationship to your home base and your sense of largeness of self is that, believe it or not, there's this challenge you have that you got lost coming here to planet Earth. Which sounds like, oh yeah, I did that. Because you got off track because you saw other people that were lost, and you went, oh, wait a minute, I need to help them not be lost because nobody should be lost. And then you subsequently got lost. So right now what you're doing is wanting to help people, right?
Yes.
Find more ways to help people. So this old pattern comes up that goes, oh, in order to be able to help people, I have to go into being lost. It's so fascinating, isn't it? So I just go into lostness, and that's the way I help lost people get found. And it's like, whoa, let's change that around, you see. You want to feel as though you've got that anchor inside you instead of going into that energy of lostness, which helps you compassionately understand them. But that's not how you help people, is to go, oh, I'm going to be with you where you are and sink down into lostness. See how that works?
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. You're so welcome. You're so welcome. So the session and package would absolutely help you to find that place of you again that's been lost out there in the universe. And it's a beautiful, beautiful place. It's sparkling all over the place. It is. It is. It's very sparkly. Do you know what I mean? It's very lit up,
so.
but yeah, it's very, very lit up. Some people have very solid places, like, Ian talked about being a noble person, and that's very solid and real, and yours is like very sparkly and effervescent. Is that the word? Effervescent.
I like it.
Yeah, I know. I want you to live from that place. That would be much more fun for you than living from lost.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, great.
Beautiful.
Thanks, Jan.
Thanks, Jan.
Thank
much
you
love
so
to you.
much. Much
Okay,
love.
So, bye now.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, and I'm going to do something I never ever do, and that's pick someone that hasn't got who doesn't have a name or a location. I'm just
okay.
called to this. So
I can do that.
So this is okay, but they're on the phone though, so I'm going to bring them on.
Oh,
so,
okay.
7378 are the last four digits of your phone number, and you're on live. 7378.
Yes. Hello.
Hi.
Can you hear me? Hello. My name is Alan. I'm calling from Denmark.
Ah.
Oh.
Wow. It's probably 2 in the morning there.
Yeah, it's 2:30 in the morning. It's okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Welcome. So good to have you on the show.
Yes. Well, I want to ask a question, and that is, yes. Now I got bloody confused. Well, I can't understand, Erwin. I see a lot of things, but every time when I build something up, it just collapses in a few months' time. So I want to know what's blocking me.
Okay, great. So imagine that you have a soul wound challenge that says you don't get to create what you love. You don't get to have that. You can create and build. You can build it, but you can't get into the mode where you get to create it. Okay, so it brings you fulfillment. It's like, okay, I got this idea, I'm going to get it started, and then it's like, nope, I don't get to appreciate, love it, feel fulfilled by it, feel the fruition in your heart around it, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so you have this beautiful heart, and it's like, well, wait a minute, how come my heart doesn't get fed as I'm trying to build to be able to bring more for others and for this world, and in dynamic, very dynamic ways that you bring things. And that is your soul challenge, is that you're not allowed to be fed by what you bring. And it's like, that's not okay, is what I say.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay. So I would love to help you shift that so that you can be available to bring it all the way through and have its fulfillment rather than it petering out, so to speak.
Yes, because I have a lot of very big ideas and solutions I want to bring to the world.
Absolutely. I know. I can feel it. It's like, oh, my gosh, this is like, not Einstein smartness, but, that kind of capacity to bring forward so much, and multidimensionally as well. What you're bringing.
Yes, I know.
It's like Elon Musk kind of energy.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I see a lot of things in the future.
Exactly. You're totally a Tesla, Gordon Tesla, Elon Musk type of person for sure. We need you. Yeah.
Yes, I'm waiting to step forward, but I don't know how.
Okay, well, I would love to help you step forward. Obviously, our souls are connected to be able to do that, right? You stayed up till 2 in the morning because something in you knew with a soul urgency that we have something to do together to help you be able to be that dynamic person that you are designed to be. And I'd love to play a part in your path because it's big.
You are welcome.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And it's L, right?
Yes.
Oh, I never pick people who don't have a name and a location. I'm just not guided. I'm just
I don't know
guided.
why I sent my question in with my name and my phone number.
Yeah, but on the phone it doesn't have a phone number. So
I'm
what
sorry.
I'm saying, no,
it's fine.
No, what I'm saying is that I'm never guided to pick someone, choose someone. But tonight I was.
Well, I'm so happy, You called me and I called you.
That's right.
Yeah. So I'm reinforcing what Susann has just told you. Yeah. And so we'd love to, have you just generate whatever you're destined to generate in this lifetime. We love to experience that.
Yes, I know how to clean water.
Yay.
Okay, you are very, very much needed. I can feel the.
Oh, I know.
Yeah. Can you feel the vibration shift? The minute you said that, I could feel the vibration shift.
Yes,
everyone.
I'm starting to getting hot right now. My whole body.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah. Yeah. You have a beautiful gift. You have a beautiful gift that is sorely needed on this planet and beyond. Even we don't know how that's going to expand in all realms, but certainly on this planet that we live in right now, whatever you're thinking of, whatever is coming forth through you, that the divine has given you the skills, the intellect, to bring forth and create, we're needing that. We're needing that. So I
have knew it for about 15 years now, but I can't get the breakthrough. I need some help. That's why I called you and you.
Your soul's right on track.
Yeah.
Soul's right on track. Thank you for that, Ian. That was beautiful.
Yeah. All right, Elle. You feel into
Ed.
this with all seriousness. If Susann is the person who is here as an angel to bring this information out of you, or to release the blocks that your soul needs to release, or to find that home place so that you become really a beacon of creation. To feel into that. And
Yes, I have seen it in my third eyes. I can see all the solutions, but I just for only about 30 seconds, then it just disappears.
I get that. I've worked with that before. Yeah.
Yes. And I already signed up with you, Susann.
Oh,
you have? Great. Good job.
Yes.
You're on it. You're just rocking and rolling. Your soul is right there with you.
Half an hour, a cache clearing, and so on.
Yes. Great. I look forward to it very much.
We'll be hearing from you again.
Yeah, I hope so.
Stay with us, my friend. Stay with us. Okay, much love to you, Al.
Okay,
enjoy the rest of the show.
Okay,
so
I will.
Bye now.
Good night.
Bye. Good night. Good. 2:30 in the morning, man.
I know.
There's so much creativity, on the phones, in the community. I mean, there's just so much. And then, this is why the platform like this is, all we're doing is connecting. I feel like my role is, and I say it every time, I'm like a unifier. I'm a connector.
Yes.
Like I'm like a little builder, and then, I just create this platform. I was told to create this. I didn't have these ideas. Ask me a few years ago, like if I was going to have the Wisdom of the Ancient show, I'd be like, what do you mean Wisdom of the Ancient show? What is that? Right? But, I stepped up to the plate. I got the head and I stepped up to the plate. And now, I just take a back seat, and then people are like, oh, and you can connect and just create magic and miracles, for the greater good of all, So that brings me so much joy. And I could just feel the vibration shift when he said what he was, working on. It's like, whoa, this is so needed. This is so needed. Yeah.
Yeah. And each one on this call has that, or they wouldn't be on this call, has that percolating within them, whether it's Yvette singing, et cetera, all of you and everyone on this call has that capacity at a soul level that's just waiting to be cranked out, so to speak, cranked up. It's just fabulous. So thank you all, each one of you, for being here and accelerating and desiring to accelerate what it is you have to bring.
Yeah, stepping up and stepping in, right? Step up and step in.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Okay. Ooh, powerful, Susann. Awesome. Thank you for your vibration and being here for this community. It's a great call. I'm really pleased that everyone is just so resonating with what you're saying. Speaking of resonating, can you tell us about the process and then take us through it? I'd love to have you do that now.
Sure. How much time do we have for the process? And I can do it in 2 minutes. I can do it in 10 minutes, whatever feels right for the group.
Well, closer to 10 feels right.
Okay, great. Okay. So what has come to me during this time is, it's always a fun surprise to feel where I'm going to go. I do these guided journeys daily. I never know where we're going to go. It's so fun. And today what we're going to do is it's a birth process. Now, you could say, well, it's a birth process in relationship to your human self at one level, but it's mostly to birth at another level the essence of you. The essence, the aspect of you that wants to come forward so that you can recreate your life from this moment forward in a whole new way. Because all of us have wounds around our birth time, our time of birth, okay? Even just physical birth in this incarnation. And that impacts us moving forward. This is a year of birthing new things. So our soul wound as it relates to birthing ourselves into life has a huge impact on where we're going to go as individuals. So I want to help you and take you to the next level of that, okay? So what you're going to do, let's see what you're going to do. I don't know quite yet. Okay, everybody. Okay, so the first thing I want everyone to do is just take a few deep breaths of greatest appreciation for your soul, that it has accompanied you on your journey all this time. And it's saying always, always, forever, forever. I am, we are, the infinite is here with you. So feel that sensation, that vibration of what starts to relax in you as you feel that. Always, always, forever, forever. And then go into your heart space and bring a capacity of light, whether it's the warmth of the sun as you know it. Even though the sun has gone down for most people right now on this live call, the replay, it may be out. Feel the light of the sun or the light that you know of a universal nature in your heart space. And as you feel that light in your heart space, breathe in whether it's a sensation of warmth or just a visual of the sun or a ball of light. Feel it spreading into every cell in your body as you can, whatever's natural. No pressure. This is not whether or not you're good at visualization or you're good at being guided or any of that. Just let it be what it is for you. There's no one to impress right now. No guides of yours that you have to impress or show that you're good at this. Just be where you are. And as you spread that light into your body, if there's a part of you that comes up like, oh, my knee really hurts, just go, I hear you, I understand. Or an anxiety in your gut or constriction in your heart, just go, I understand, it's okay. We're going to go give you exactly what you're looking for. And now we're going to take in this light and that soul vibration of always, always, forever, forever. Spread that all around you. Not to protect you, not to put up a boundary, but to put up a radiant field of the extension of you as light. Knowing that nothing can touch you as we journey that isn't of this vibration of light you're putting there, the way it works for you. Then feel yourself now. We're going to do a rebirth, and it could be at any dimension you wish it to be. And rebirth could mean anything. A feeling, a color, a visual, a sensation, who knows? What wants to be birthed through you that has not been allowed to come through you? Maybe it's just the essence of birth, instead of being stopped. So we're going to go out into the universe, which just means the expansion of you, to reclaim the essence of birth that for you uniquely wants to come forward. And to make it easy for you I want you to just get the feeling of birth, which is like a flower opening. What's the essence of birth for you? A flower opening, seeing an animal that just is birthed for the first time. What is newness and birth for you? Get a sensation, create a visualization of that for yourself. What is the essence of birth for you? A star being born, a bird flying across the sky. What is the essence of birth? And going out into the universe to touch into that essence. Just feel yourself. Maybe it's the sun coming up in the morning. The essence of birthing. Just expand and explore, letting your body and your heart know you'll be right back. Feel yourself expanding into that space of the essence of birth, igniting that in a whole new way. Let it be a metaphor or symbol. Spirit works that way. And maybe it's a whole rebirth of you. Maybe you see a picture of you, little you out there, wanting to come in this time connected to light. So feel that metaphor, symbol, visual, color, you, whatever it is, and see it connected to that source of light, whether it's the sun or a ball of light of a larger nature. And feel that essence now connected to light, zooming in on that light coming into your heart space. That essence of birth. Don't let your mind get in the way and go, what the heck is this? Let it just be a flow, a surprise. And as you bring it into your heart, feel that soul sense of always, always, forever, forever. I am here with you in this. And then bring that essence with its light, that metaphor symbol, down into your abdomen. So you can birth it from this womb space for creation in you. This womb space where all comes forward to be birthed. And then just in a very simple way say, you are welcome here. This new dimension of you. You are welcome here. Okay, I think we have done it. Just deep appreciation in this moment for all that has always been with you. Loving this opportunity to reunite with you at this time in its fullness, to keep with you whenever there's something you want to create, manifest. Bring this birthing energy with you. To ignite the flame more brightly. Okay, now they're complete. Just let yourself relish.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful. Gratitude. Such gratitude for taking us through that amazing guided journey. All right. So as we come back to now. All right, Susan, is there anything that has come through to you in the last while for you to share with the group as a way to start winding this down, wrapping it up?
Let's see. I think the only thing that wants to be said is just imagine the new trajectory of your life. If your connection to your abundance field, your universal, infinite self, infinite love, and your soul in all its glory was available to you. Just imagine for a moment what the trajectory of your life would be like. If you gave yourself that gift of being able to know that fullness from this moment forward. And then on a little practical note, I have made some sessions available right away for everybody. When I scheduled this interview, I did it at a time frame where I could invite all of you to have a session as soon as possible, because I like immediate gratification. So I'm going to project onto all of you that you want that too. So I encourage you actually to do the session first if you're interested in the package, and then let the other pieces fill in after you've done your soul clearing and after you have come to this new place for yourself. It will have even more impact. It is a possibility, and I do only have a certain amount of spaces available, so do take advantage of it if you can, and imagine this trajectory of your life being completely different.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, beautiful. And just being in that place of love, the home base. Home base. So, yeah. That's such a beautiful place, being in a place of love and bliss and peace as opposed to fear-based, and just being able to, carry that with you, carry that vibration with you on a much, much more regular basis, and having the tools to do so, having those MP3s, so you can go back and listen as well and do the soul clearing and then get to the place of infinite universal self. Just thank you.
You're so
Susan,
very welcome.
thank you for being on the show and bringing all your juiciness to us, the juiciness of your home base, and sharing with us that amazing process, as well as just all the amazing readings that you've done for people today. Such a wonderful service that you've offered to everyone. So it's been tremendous having you on the Wisdom Show. And we really, really are deeply grateful for you just making the time and then putting together this really wonderful offer, and also making your sessions available at a very, very good rate for anyone who's looking for that private work. So everyone, if you're feeling the resonance to work with Susann, I do urge you to sign up, because there are, as Susann mentioned, a fairly limited number, because Susann has lots and lots of clients. So she's opened up her calendar specifically for you on the call to be able to schedule yourselves in. So great offer from Susann. So I again also urge you to take advantage of that if you're feeling the resonance to really deepen that connection with your home base. All right. Well, Susann, again, thank you so much. It's been a pleasure. We loved having you on the show. The energy was awesome. You've really shared very kindly and generously of yourself today. So thank you, sweet soul. It's been wonderful having you here.
Oh, my gosh, Ian, thank you so much. I love your community. You guys are so available to transmute, transform, bring forth the newness, and I'm so with you in it. Thank you so much. It's an honor to be here and a great joy. Thank you, noble spirit.
Beautiful. Yeah, beautiful. So everyone, thank you. Beautiful shining lights, rays of light, beads, beautiful beads on one continuous string of consciousness. Thank you again for bringing your vibration to the show and into the community. It's really a pleasure to be able to serve you. So I'll bow down to every single one of you. I say thank you. I say namaste. I say Om Namah Shivaya. And we thank Divine Mother, Divine Father, Mother Earth, and Father Son, all the ancient ones, the beautiful divine beings of love, light, power, and service, for really creating this platform for us to share and really raise vibrations and expand our consciousness. So thank you all. Okay, much love to you. Okay, bye now.